If you look at song lyrics, for example, they're written justified on the left, ragged, and they're short. Each line is short. It's like many things like this. There's a break and it says chorus and so. This is song lyrics. You look at that, that's a song lyric. You don't say, oh, is this an essay? No, because it looks like song lyrics, right? So essays have to look like essays too, okay? It's a small thing, but you lose points. And that this is important because every point counts in college, right? So, okay. Now, the next two paragraphs are about the length. So the length of a paragraph depends on the purpose and the format of the document. Most modern writing tends to be in short paragraphs. Newspapers and magazines are printed in narrow columns, and long blocks of unbroken text are difficult to read, so everything should be short. Modern novels have a lot of dialogue, and the convention, is to start a new paragraph with each speaker. So, hi, how are you? Fine, thank you. And you? I'm fine, thank you. It's a nice day, isn't it? Like this. Paragraph. Okay, websites also avoid long paragraphs because shorter blocks of text are easier to read on screen. Moreover, modern readers have a shorter attention span and so prefer shorter paragraphs. You can see much longer paragraphs in books published more than 50 years ago. So when I was a child, in fact, when I was a teenager in high school, a paragraph is easily 1 page or 2 pages long for one paragraph. Now, a paragraph is this short, and I still have trouble because it's still weird to me that a paragraph can be this short. I don't understand it. So, but it can be because you have topic, sentence, point, and support. 1. Okay, this short. That's fine. But some of the reading material you might use in your courses might be from an older time, so you'll experience 1 or 2 pages paragraphs quite often.
End of the era, you can see the much longer paragraph was published more than 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So that means because in old days or maybe 100 years ago, people usually write accustomed to the writing long paragraph.
Yeah.
So in writing academic writings, are we supposed to do a longer paragraph? Or?
No, not anymore. No. Because it's completely related to the way society perceives things, you know. Everything needs to be short. Texts are short. I don't know, everything is about quick and short and get the point fast. And so people don't, just general academics or not, people don't have tolerance for longer passages. So even in academics, everything is shorter. Quite a bit shorter. Okay. The only thing that's longer these days is movies. And they say it's because, do you guys know the VHS tape? The old style
Yes.
VHS?
Yeah.
Movies used to have to fit on VHS tapes, and they were only so long. And now, of course, we don't use VHS anymore, so now directors can do whatever they want. So every time you go to a movie, it's 3 hours long. Every time you go to a movie, it's 3 hours long. And if you like the movie, it's fantastic. If you don't like the movie, please kill me. But so this is about the only thing that's gotten longer is movies, because now the directors are free. They don't have to worry about VHS length anymore. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Anyway, here we are. Next paragraph, also about length. Academic writing favors longer, more structured paragraphs, as shown in these sample paragraphs here. But that's not long. This is still really short. But longer than what you would write in social media, for example. Much longer than that. Okay. A single paragraph writing assignment may be 150 to 200 words. But in an essay, the paragraphs tend to be about 100 words each. with the introduction and conclusion slightly shorter than the body paragraphs. In contrast, the explanation paragraphs you are reading right now average 50 to 100 words. Some of the nonfiction reading in sections in part 2 of the book, the back of the book, have even shorter paragraphs because the articles were originally published in newspapers and magazines. Okay, and finally about content. A paragraph is a unit of meaning, as is a sentence. Each paragraph puts forth an idea and supports it. What is in the paragraph depends on the function it serves. It may introduce or conclude an essay, or provide a transition between sections of a long essay. It may be a definition, description, comparison. So each paragraph has its purpose, and the idea is that the whole essay flows. Yeah, and I need to explain the background, so that's this paragraph. I need to show the positive, this paragraph. I need to show the negatives, this paragraph. I need to show the preference, this paragraph. Each one has its purpose. Okay. Okay. Next one is about format. So most academic style paragraphs start with a topic sentence, which introduces the main idea. Most academic style paragraphs do that, but your academic style paragraphs will always start with a topic sentence. The rest of the paragraph is essentially composed of arguments supporting the idea in the topic sentence, with supporting details supplied to prove those arguments. So that's what we said here. Okay. If you have to write a single paragraph assignment, follow this format. If you have to write an essay, follow this format, and you will be safe. Unless you have a specialized essay, which would be like comparison essay, there's some little differences in how to follow that format. But most essays will follow this. If you do this, it's boring, but that's life. It's safe, and you get scored from this. If you try to mix this up, you might get your professor going, "What are you talking about?" It's a 0. Like this. Yeah, so just keep it safe. Okay. So this unit isolates the paragraph as a writing assignment. Many writing courses focus on paragraph structure first before moving on to essay writing. Of course, in APP, every week new people come, so people join in the middle of everything. You're never at the beginning. So, now, in the blue words here, it says to make sure your paragraphs are identifiable as paragraphs, indent the beginning of the first sentence by 5 spaces, half an inch, 1 default tab space, or probably 1 finger. If you put your finger on the page, that's probably enough for indent to start writing on the side. Yeah, like literally just put your finger there and start writing. Okay. Same thing as we talked about here, related to format. You can see topic sentence giving the main idea, which is topic plus thesis. Elaboration, if necessary. Point 1, support. Point 2 is support. Point 3 is support. How many points do you need? It's up to your writing, up to the number of words, up to the topic. And finally, concluding sentence, which is probably a prediction or suggestion. Okay. Now, as she says under this little diagram, this is not the only way to develop an independent paragraph, but it is one way that will lead you to success and help you build your essay writing skills. This pattern of development can also be applied to body paragraphs of an essay. Okay. All right, so now we have, we have some example paragraphs here, 3 example paragraphs. Jerry, can I see your book? No, nothing. No notes? No notes on here? Beautiful. Okay. Okay, you 2 are a pair. Here. And then You two are pair. Yep. So pair. Yeah, okay, pair. Okay. So,
This is
no, pair.
Oh,
with Eugene. Okay, so I would like you to look at the first paragraph, which is on page 103, called "What is the value of taking notes in school?" And I'd like you to identify all of this information in the paragraph. Where is the thesis? What kind of support is there? Well, how many points are there? I'd like you to do that work together with your partner. Okay? Do paragraph 1 and then we'll check together and then you can do paragraph 2 and 3. Okay? So please go together with your partner.
Are you going to?
Jenny, can you come on?
Oh,
Sorry?
So, you made it clear the question.
Yes, so you and Jason are going to look at paragraph 1 on page 1, which is called "What is the value of taking notes in school?" Eugene, do you want me to answer?
Okay, sorry.
So then, all you have to do is find these things in this paragraph.
Yeah.
And like just identify each part.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do
So,
from the paragraph part, yeah.
copy and points.
Yeah, and then say like, oh, this is support, this is example, or this is illustration or whatever, okay? Ruby?
which is sorry. Okay. But we can share. Yes,
Let's see. I'm gonna put a line here for no reason, just to have a visual. No visual there. Okay. A line like that. He has an essay he has to write because his test is next Friday.
Oh,
And so he has to start doing particular practice tests. That's why, yeah, no, that's why they want to see it. So I'm gonna I'll send you an email
Today?
and it will have lots of instructions that you must follow.
Okay. And
And I will